I'm like so incredibly frustrated by this entire situation. I could be so much more successful doing so many other things. But I love this game. It sucks that Nintendo doesn't love it back.
It was a legitimizing moment for the
Mango
Super Smash
won this
Brothers
before
community.
I was even
One
playing
that
Melee.
proved that this.
I want to watch the Melee stats video that I've been fucking talking about for so long.
I was 6 years old, and I picked Link because he was my favorite Nintendo character.
I picked Mario.
Hearing other members of my family complain about how stupid the annoying mountain was.
Not
Even
much
now,
has
I can
changed.
still remember still spamming slightly more sophisticated versions of Link's up B. Still getting into arguments about how stupid the mountain is.
Yes, I made it in.
Getting into arguments about
We
how
made it.
stupid
We
the
made
mountain
it,
is.
chat.
Is this it for our scene? Is our game just dead until
Yo,
COVID is
shoutouts to Fizzy, dude. Actually, shoutouts to Fizzy.
It's hard to explain just how monumentally important this single
Oh,
day
poor
was.
Bones.
In the middle of
Poor
a pandemic,
Bones.
in a year where people decades old game with no developer support and no in-game online play, and
Ow.
overnight we now had better. Melee was given new life. Weekly online tournaments
Yes, it was.
frequently drew hundreds of entrants.
Yes, it
High-level
was.
Players fought in high-profile events like Slippy Champions.
Yes, we did.
The Big House announced it would hold an online event.
They did announce.
It almost felt like old times.
Except,
we were thriving in a way that even
well, it did feel like
developers
old times when Nintendo canceled something.
So what did the Smash community do in response? They did what gamers do best. Complain incessantly. Weeks following,
Yep.
hashtags like free top Splatoon players entered a Nintendo-sponsored tournament with team names referencing free Melee.
I forgot about
Nintendo
that.
cut the stream for the top 4
Oh, yeah,
matches for
Nintendo literally cut the
retaliation.
stream.
All 4 teams immediately dropped out of the event.
That's fucking. Yo,
Within
shoutouts to
24
Splatoon.
hours, the Splatoon community threw together a tournament. with the
Shoutouts to
largest
Splatoon
prize
for
pool
that.
in game's history. Now, did any of this complaining spur Nintendo to do anything?
Nope.
No, not really. Getting mad for a few weeks was pretty fun though. To be fair, some Nintendo fans pointed out that
I did also talk about how I don't like the incessant like rage that people throw every single time. At this time, I was fine with it. So it's like, yeah, like this is something that happened. You need to like make awareness for it.
but things are a little different now. We have a few vaccines. to fight
That's just not what I expected to see.
COVID.
The
You know,
good
Nintendo
shit.
Sponsorships are a death knell for our events.
Oh my god, that's
for the
fucking
first time in
funny.
months, there was a time where you couldn't enter a college dorm room without seeing a group of people playing PM.
Yep. I remember.
And it was
That's what got me into
amazing.
Melee.
Virtually every major
That's
event.
literally what got me into Melee.
Representatives from Twitch itself were telling Smash TOs outright that streaming Project M was not going to be allowed. That it would be a game banned from their platform altogether.
Poor P+,
That stopped
dude.
the game over 2021.
This video is making me kind of sad, I'm not gonna lie.
Project Everything was set in place for their scene's hard work over the last 7 years to have finally paid off.
Alright, listen, man, you don't
Project
gotta make this
M
so
was not
sad.
dead. It was more alive now than maybe ever. On August 27th,
Come on.
Riptide posted an update.
Come on!
The Project Plus tournament would be cancelled. Per usual, you might think that this is it for P+, that there's just no way that the scene could survive.
Nope, they did it anyways.
But as of late, the current strategy seems to be running shadow tournaments. Secret events operating out of
For
hotel
sure
rooms
not
with
Beyond Melee
no
singles.
official release
Definitely
of the
not
event.
P+ singles.
At Riptide, they called this $1,000.
Come on, you can't show Riptide Melee grants?
Community donations.
Just throw me a
Capitals
bone.
into being one of-
They showed Summit
All
grants.
but assured that
Was there Melee Riptide? Must not have been very
I
hype.
know what you're thinking. If you're Nintendo, I guess it's
My life is
reasonable
pain.
enough that you would. Let's dial it back 8 years.
Yeah,
2013.
yeah, we all knew this was coming.
It was a different
Keep it a little
time.
louder? Yeah, I got you. No, I
People
can't
could
actually.
go outside or
Hold on.
stand within- Mango is about to win the tournament over Wobbles after winning 7 intense matches from the losers bracket. It was a legitimizing moment for the
Mango
Super Smash
won this
Brothers
before
community.
I was even
One
playing
that
Melee.
proved that this decade-old game was so good that it could still be exciting to watch today. Or at least
Well done.
they try to.
Hold on to that feeling.
Oh, try Bobby.
It was pretty good.
It's not well coordinated, it's not calculated, it's not polished at all. These streams are just a bunch of friends on a Skype call, spending their free time talking with each other about how sick their game is.
Yep, that's Melee
Although
players.
many of them would go on to become household names of the scene, right now, they're just a bunch of dorks. And they're brought together by a video game.
Yep. Welcome to
Somehow,
Melee.
They
Hit on
raised
me.
$94,000 in donations from other dorks. In the age
I
of
love
Summit
this,
prize pools and tournaments streaming
love
to
this
hundreds
narrative.
of thousands of fans,
We're all just nerds
this
and
might not
dorks.
seem so radical. The biggest tournament of all time at that point had a little under 350 entrants.
That's crazy,
and none
actually.
of the top players were anything but a blip on the larger esports radar.
That's so crazy.
After
Yeah.
some truly awful press,
Yeah.
Nintendo graciously allowed EVO to use their intellectual property.
Yeah, okay, that's the one I have a real, like, bro, you can't fucking shut down a charity event.
Let's
Come
zoom out a
on.
little bit. If you didn't know any better, you might even get the impression that they don't like us. Thing that
Copyright laws are
operates
very, very
independently from
frustrating.
everything else.
I hate the way
As this
I
thing
think
that
in
we
general is
collectively built out of
constructed.
thin air. We as a community exist in the real world. And in the real world, there is no such thing as existing independently from everyone else.
This is a depressing video, I'm not gonna lie.
Everything is monetized, and commercialization touches everything in every part of modern life.
Yes, it does.
Of over 1,000
You need
entrants
copyright
and
laws, I
over
just hate the way it's
100,000
constructed.
viewers. The
Copyright
Smash
law
brand
you
is one
literally
of the
need.
strongest in history. The steady rhythm of a community consistently doing incredible things and asking
this
for
is
virtually
a
nothing in
depressing
return.
video.
The beating heart of something truly alive.
It's so frustrating, dude. Like, again, for everything I said that we should really try to, like, curb how we're dealing with it, keep in mind, think of all the people who are just, like, royally fucked by this. As by far, like, the least successful top player, I'm the one who's, like, currently, like, significantly more boned by it than absolutely anybody else. And so it's, like, frustrating. Because obviously I want there to be some kind of resolution, and I still think people are, like, really just going about this in, like, the completely incorrect way. But at the same time, it's like, I get owned for it. To you, who gets fucked. The TOs don't spend their entire life for this game, though. Like, this is my job. I don't work another job. My job is solely Melee and streaming. It's not about comparison either. I'm not saying, like, oh, I have it harder than everyone else. I'm saying I have as much of a reason to care as anybody else. I'm not trying to make it a competition. It's like, this is literally my job. I don't have anything else right now. And so obviously I want there to be some kind of resolution. Not as hard as anyone else does. It's like, I look at fucking another big game. It's like, what does someone who's top 5 in another gigantic game make? Right? Just off of fucking publicity and shit. I wouldn't have to fucking sub-goal redoing my stream and making a nice stream. I wouldn't have to fucking worry about, can I buy a house next year? It's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. Yeah, it's like, it's taken me so much time to get to this point. So this is still very, very frustrating for me. I'm like so incredibly frustrated by this entire situation. I could be so much more successful doing so many other things. But I love this game. It sucks that Nintendo doesn't love it back. Really sucks.